I would say the group chat's a bit. Well, it's not quiet, but it's less about flat Earth shit now than after TV, I think.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't want to offend anyone here, but the flat Earth is becoming a little bit dead.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I love the comedy.
GFV's even knock off some overconfident globe skeptics. Just knew it couldn't be that way.
The audio was shit on that second.
Roohif was just trying to prove the gender gradient.
They're overconfident, and they just knew it was going to be impossible to see supposedly what they see. I mean, they just knew it wouldn't be impossible. They were so confident the Earth was flat in a specific way. They're so confident they wouldn't be able to witness what they witnessed. It's just amazing how confident people can be. Something that they have no clue about.
The most confidently wrong people on the planet.
And that's why I'm amazed. That's why I'm amazed.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Yes, that's why we're all here, pretty much.
No, they're definitely not the most confidently wrong. That's why I'm here. Because you got plenty of that shit on your side too.
Oh, they get it wrong all the time. Constantly. They constantly fuck up mainstream when they're trying to cite it. Like, saying Snell's law. These dudes invoking Snell's law, talking about a gradient.
Hold on. Where's Robert? Where's Robert been with his amazing
what any of this refraction means?
Well, let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. It hasn't affected the real flat earthers. It's only affected the AE flat earthers, right? The guys who were afflicted by models. They had a model, right? The AE map. So it's affected those people, but a lot of flat earthers never claimed that model.
And you never will claim a map.
Model afflicted.
Model affliction. That's what it is.
What you're saying when you make that statement is it's a cult and some members haven't left. But anyway, Roohif, it amazes me how many Australians...
He didn't say that at all. It's really disingenuous to say that and then not let him...
It's not disingenuous.
Yeah, I needed to respond to that.
Absolutely not disingenuous.
Because it's not a cult. It's about independent and free thinking and verification. What a cult would be blindly following an authority that has exclusive access to information that we don't. That's the globe, my friend.
Okay, so some people went to Antarctica, which you can go to, which you guys claim that you can't. They went there. One of them said, if I go there and I see a 24-hour sun, the Earth's a globe, because it can't work on a flat Earth because the sun appears to move to you guys at 15 degrees an hour. If the Earth's flat and there's a 24-hour sun, the sun in the southern summer's going to have to be going, oh, fuck, it's nice and warm down here. I'll stick around here for 24 hours. So what's happening in the north? So you're completely fucked.
No. So let me respond. So basically, the guys who claimed the AE model was a flat Earth map were the ones who were shaken. But at the end of the day, we don't know the physical attributes of the southern sky,
and you never
we don't have. And a lot of these guys didn't know that the AE map was a globe projection with a global coordinate system built for the globe to be placed on a flat map.
So flat earthers were retarded cubed when they used that map, right?
Some of them, so Jazza, I'll give it you. Some of them are AE model afflicted were AE model afflicted flat earthers because of TikTok, because of memes. But it still doesn't take away from all of the arguments and all of the points of real flat earthers. It's just we lost a few people who weren't really solid to begin with. That's all that's happened. And I would say that's a good thing.
Roots, pay attention to what you just said. We lost a few people. That's cult talk. You discriminate.
No, it's not cult talk. I told you, the cult is the globe.
You guys broke it into two camps, man, and then you're saying, "Oh, he mentions we lost a few people." Yeah, from the camp, and now you're calling it a cult.
It's a cult.
You already positioned it as globe versus flat, man.
Exactly. It's the silly tactics. You understand what I'm saying, and you know it's correct. There's a plenty of flat earthers out there who have different ideas and different models well before TFE. With with speculation on what's going on with the southern sky, the reflective nature of it, if there's a dome, what that could mean for the sky. So there's so many different ideas within flat Earth. It can't possibly be a cult. Whereas the globe, it's a very strict idea that relies on an appeal to an authority and no first-hand
No, it
evidence.
doesn't.
That's the
No,
pure
it
definition
doesn't.
of a cult.
Roots. But before TFE, before they went to Antarctica, every single one of you guys believed in an ice wall. Every single one of you used the AE map. Every single one of you. And as soon as they were going, you're all shit yourselves, and now you don't have a model. There's no ice wall. We don't know there's a dome. We don't know fucking anything.
It's incorrect.
It's a fucking cult.
That's just incorrect. Even I've got plenty of witnesses. Even I said there was a 24-hour sun well before they went. I said they'll definitely see one. And I actually said, and I've got witnesses. I said this is going to be good for the community because now people are going to start moving towards philosophy. My personal opinion was using scientific method and using empiricism will not get you a flat Earth model. Because when it comes to the sky, we're not able to implement empiricism. The sky's very mysterious.
If I,
in other words,
if I fund a trip for you, I don't know how, because I can't be fucked wasting my money for someone that's not going to fucking believe it. Like, dumb shit doesn't get shit. If I can pay for you to come to or go to Antarctica, let's say, and see the 24-hour sun, and then you're just going to go, oh, well, Earth's flat, we'll just have to figure out how it works. Like I said earlier, does the sun in the southern summer go, oh, fuck, we'll just stick around here for 24 hours? How does it work in the north? What I'm saying is
there are models.
There has to be, there is a model, there is one model, and it fucking works. And you guys just go, oh, nah, because you desperately want the Earth to be flat.
No, it does.
You never.
Doesn't it work until it doesn't?
Hang on. All of you say, it's your crash cry. Oh, we were all flat earthers once. That's part of your cult call. We were all flat earthers once, and now we've found the truth.
Know the insults, guy. Nobody gives a shit to hear this.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just stating.
I don't care what you're trying to do.
I'm just stating the fact.
I don't know what your intention is.
I can only go off you never understood a fucking thing, and now some other friends on the internet come out and go,
you actually
I
can just going to spiral out of control.
Doesn't work.
This makes sense to me.
And then one part of the
globe model doesn't work.
That makes sense to me because you're fucking stupid in the nicest possible way.
Complete spiral, buddy. Can I address something? Right. So it's like my model works only until it doesn't. Right. So we have this great model, right? We have this big ball, right? And it's fucking spinning around in space.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Perfect until it doesn't, and you end up with like a 3-body problem. Right?
Show us where it doesn't work.
3-body problem, and you're like, oh shit, my whole solar system model fails.
No, a 3-body problem is not a problem with the globe model whatsoever. And the 3-body problem 100%. Does not say that 3 bodies cannot orbit around one body like the sun. You're wrong. We talked about this before. What part of the globe model does not work? I want to know.
You do not have a functioning solar system. A model of the solar system, it does not exist. You can claim it does, but it doesn't.
Okay. I don't think you understand the 3-body problem, Rigo.
Right. Yeah. This is what you guys always say. You try and gaslight me, right? And then you say, well, I have a numerical problem that solves it, but you don't have a simulation that can do it.
Right. So it's a math problem that we can't solve. It's not a reality problem. We do have 3 objects.
We have reality. We look up into the sky and we see shit, right? But we don't have like a closed form solution what we see to it. Yeah, exactly. You don't have a solution. Yeah. You don't have a predictive model.
We don't have a closed form
functioning
solution.
Model. Everything that we produce ends up with the collision, ultimate collision or expulsion.
The 3-body problem says that you cannot predict what will happen out to infinity. It does not say that you can't make predictions on what 3 bodies will do as long as you have enough information on which way they're moving, their weight, their orbits, everything else. You can predict to a certain degree, to a certain amount of time. But you can't say, forever into the future exactly where they're going to be or what's going to happen.
No, that time pot
problem does not say that it's impossible or that it will not work. You're just wrong about the whole thing.
All right,
Yeah.
so that time part is important. So what we can do is we could take all the laws, right? We could take the mainstream model, we could throw it into a simulation, right? And we could take a snapshot in time and hit go, right? And then we'll let it run until it stops functioning. When it goes off course of what we know the observation's doing. And then we just stop it right there. And we say, all right, we got this chunk. And then we restart it from that point on. There's no simulation that just works. And it's like, oh, well, if I run this for 200 cycles, then eventually it breaks down. No. Like you're lucky to get 2 rotations.
Bullshit.
Like that's how it works. That's your problem.
Put planets going around them, orbiting them in a stable orbit. Like there's nothing that says that you can't do that in the 3 bodies, multiple planets orbiting a large star. We'll just fly out and go nuts because there's more than 2 of them.
Yeah, that's the 3. There you go. End body problem. Boom. Done. Solved. You got it. Right there. That is the problem of it. You're going to get expulsion or collision. It's inevitable. And the whole thing is like they throw in chaos theory to say, well, there's so many variables that we don't really know and we can't measure to the precision required, the infinite level of precision required to obtain this and know exactly what's going on with every little intricate movement in order to solve this problem.
Pure, you know what happens? You know what happens over time? Things settle down.
Just checking on Saffron.
Things were doing their random shit, and then they settle down into their nice little paths.
She needs me to go and get that
Not science and
medication.
rockets.
Yeah, it's a cool story, guys.
Someone over it to the hot mic.
Heading 360 degrees in 24 hours. I don't know how the fuck you come up with that.
Hey, thanks for the straw, man. Cool. That was great.
It's not as
We have to have the gravity, or else we would fly off.
absolutely not a straw man.
Thanks for giving me an argument that I wasn't like trying to, argue. That's appreciated.
Well, that's what you're saying about the planets in the universe. They should be all fucking off.
No. I'm just saying your model works until it
so
doesn't.
you agree. So you
I'm not
agree
saying
that
I'm not saying your model should dictate what reality does. I'm saying reality is reality. And if you can't model it, then you're not modeling reality. Like you can't model reality. Like
it's totally
there's
modelable.
limitations.
Totally
right?
modelable.
It looks like
sorry about that.
Looks like your model works until it just stops working.
So when did it stop working?
Yeah, it does. Once you go into
2 cycles,
space,
apparently.
once you go into space, it's all over. I mean, everything has its limitation,
So there is a barrier. We were talking about the pressure before.
Are you drunk?
No.
Were we not talking about the pressure before? Pressure gradients?
So you're going to go from this to that. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Well, I'm sure that's what we were talking about, and you pretty much just bring it up in what you just said.
No, I said there's a problem, right? You guys were picking apart models. I said, well, yeah.
So you
guys
can't
got
go.
a problem with your model too. Like it works until it doesn't.
Okay, so why can't we go to space?
What does that have to do with the model? Oh, another straw man. You want me to argue that too? Oh, okay.
No, I don't give a fuck. Just talk about what you're talking about.
Every position that someone else you've ever talked to's had, and you want me to argue for it. Sure. Okay. This is going to be fun.
I couldn't give 2 fucks. You were just talking about it earlier.
Shut the fuck up. If you don't care, shut up. Why are you engaging? If you don't care about the topic, like, why are you here?
Well, let me say this then. Another thing about the globe models, everything fits together. To change one thing to make something else work or anything else, everything fits. But any other model that I've ever heard, you have to change one thing or one part of it is completely incompatible with a different part of it, it's that tells you that it's not correct when you have to do that.
You mean like dark? You mean like dark? You mean like dark matter and dark energy? It's precisely what that is. What you just said.
Dark matter and dark energy is the fringe of science that has nothing to do with the globe
50
model.
years. 50 years they've had those placeholders.
It's literally just science that they haven't completely figured out yet is all it is.
Zero
it does not
advancement.
You have to change anything about the globe model.
Well, 50 years, no advancement in those two, those two little placeholders. I'd say that's a problem.
Zero advancement in 50 years. I think it's more like 60, but
Put yourself on mute, dude. Put yourself on mute.
Zero advancement.
Do you know anything about any of these topics? Or do you just come in to argue
about anything?
He's a pretty effective flat earther for a glober. Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Actually, I've been trolling the whole time. The Earth's fucking flat. We go outside. It looks flat.
You're such a shit glober.
It appears. I can't feel the rotation. I go outside. They say it's 300.
Nice covering up for his
miles. And I don't know why I would expect to see curvature.
You're trying
to like that.
He's like a wannabe global champion.
It's been 365 degrees in 24 hours. I don't know why I would expect to see the rotation, but I expect to somehow. Earth's flat. Welcome to Flat Earth.
You're the greatest at being bad at this. Yes.
I mean, he is really bad at even knowing what he believes.
No, Earth's totally flat. I'm just about to have a private call with Quantum Erection.
Who? Oh, Quantum Eraser? Oh, man, he got into yesterday too? Man, Quantum a lot of you guys bring him up, but I don't ever see him in this room. Ever. But I hear his name brought up all the time. He's pissed you guys off, hasn't he?
It's not Quantum Erection, it's Quantum Eraser.
What did he do to you that got you so worked up?
But I call him Quantum Erection because he tickled me up once.
Yeah, what do you do? How do you get you worked up to the point where you think about him in a conversation with him?
Why do you think his penis is on a Planck scale?
That's fucking crazy. He never even comes in this server. And it's like you're thinking of him while you're talking to other people. That's like that's in there deep. Like he cut deep, huh?
I think about Quantum Erection quite often. So
that sucks, man. That sucks for you.
Yeah, well, he's one of the biggest flat fucks out there. So as a just come out of the closet flat earther, he's like my baby daddy.
I think Tony, PhD Tony's one of your best, but I'm not thinking about him while I'm talking to you.
I know I haven't heard about PhD Tony.
Is that the same Quantum Eraser on X?
No, Quantum Erection. Get the name right.
Even Matthew Lawrence, he's pretty popular, right? On YouTube and stuff. I don't think about him when I'm talking to you.
He's sane. He's a sane person.
I don't think about any of you guys other than the person I'm talking about. Like, what's this so weird?
Whatever. You think about me when you're home and when you're going to sleep, when you're in the shower.
No, I think about you when I hear simulation theory. And I'm like, well, debunk that like a hard time.
Even though I don't know any of you yet.
Cole, I used to think about you a lot a few months ago when we had the winter in the Southern Hemisphere and I had to put coal on the fire. Ironically, because we're in the Southern Hemisphere, I don't know why that is.
What's it like being upside down?
Well,
Whole
we're not
life.
upside down. That's why you
Yeah,
don't
you can't
understand
tell.
anything. What's it like
Go
being
down there and
upside
check
down
it
for
out.
you?
Wait, you're not upside down? Well, does that mean I'm upside down?
Well, that just means you don't understand anything. So what's it like being upside down for you?
I
Point
don't
of
think I'm
reference
upside down.
in comparison.
So you
I'm just trying to
mean
figure out. I'm just trying to figure if you know which way up is.
up's away
Oh, we're
from the
coming up to
center of
10
the
years,
earth?
Rigor.
Up
not
is
so
a
much
relative
right.
term.
It's
Hey,
not so
Rigor,
much
That
we're
right.
coming
that
up
would be
to
out.
10 years,
If you're
champ.
going away from center, that would be outward. That wouldn't be up.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
more
up.
toward.
I would say up is not relative. Up is up. It's universal. Up is up for everybody.
Okay, well
Okay,
then
that's another way of
close
putting
your
it, Gio.
eyes and we'll put you in a hyperbaric chamber and you can say which way is up.
Hey, Rigor.
We'll spin you around and you can figure out which way is up.
We're about to
How
come up
about
for
See, I
10 years on
don't
my
care
simulator,
about
Rigor.
your shitty code. Is that what you're gonna try and dress me with? Your shitty
Yeah,
code that
we're up to
you
10 years.
miraculously figured out the end body problem, and the rest of the world's lagging
Oh,
behind you.
no.
I
You said
think
it would
the
last
Earth
2
is
cycles, not for
rotating
10 years.
simultaneously, just so you guys know.
And look at that distance to the Earth. Keeps going from 147 million kilometers up to 151 million kilometers. And the moon keeps going like
Nobody cares
360,000
about
kilometers to 410,000 kilometers. Look at that.
your half-ass simulation. Literally nobody except for you.
There you go.
Like you think you're driving home some point.
I want to see
It's like
yours.
go do the
which
same
three
in an
body?
actual physics simulator, like
Which-
a actual
which-
physics environment, and then get that to work instead of your own custom-made bullshit.
I'm walking over here.
Which three body problem we have? We got three phase electro. That is a three body problem, not?
What?
Pure rigor. NASA has supercomputers that they run advanced models of the solar system when they're checking to send satellites to do gravity assists around planets, all kinds of things. When they're looking at the trajectory of asteroids and comets, they do have simulations there that is modeled very detailed on our solar system. This is something that's been done for years and years.
They do
No,
They don't
if
have
you
the
look at
solar
three
system working
phase,
yet.
that is three dipole moments working together, basically.
I love how you guys bring up the three body problem all the time, which is a favorite of quantum erection, because I bet you a million. Hang on, I bet you $1 million he has a two body problem connecting together all the time.
No, nobody wants to hear
Rigger's mom had a
your
three-body
whole
problem last
personal
night.
problem with some dude that doesn't come around
Quantum
here. Nobody
Eraser
wants
is
to
full
listen
of
to you
shit.
vent
You should
about
chill.
that.
It makes me want to sing.
It's like if he hurt your feelings, I don't know. Hit him up with a DM. Be like,
shit.
I don't appreciate the tone you used. Yada yada
He'd
yada.
escape.
You know.
Sorry.
See if you get anywhere with it.
He'll give you like a support ticket, maybe.
Yeah.
You should ask Sabrina Wallace what she thinks about Quantum Eraser.
Quantum erection.
I think you should,
erection
Jazz.
is-
Jazz, be like, you know what? Be like, Quantum, I know he's got a Discord account, right? You just be like, Quantum, you know, the way
I
you
know.
talk to me, I don't appreciate it. You know, it kind of rubs me the wrong way, feeling a little hurt by what you said.
So
I would appreciate an apology.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
offended?
Jazza, send him a strongly worded letter.
Yes, very strongly.
No. I had a lengthy debate with him one night, and he was going
And you
on
lost,
about,
and you're still mad.
And he's been in your head ever since. You just talk.
No,
Okay.
and he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
going. We were talking about the atmosphere because that's my office place, and he was going, "That's a contradiction in terms," which
That's a good
you
story.
guys. But you guys will go, use his words, use his words. It's a contradiction in terms.
You guys got to have your little dance, and what happened, man?
That's
Is this how you cope, Jazza?
It was done. It was done.
Oh,
It
big
was
time,
done.
dude.
Quantum
This is
erection.
big cope. Running off to other servers that QE doesn't go into to cry about QE.
Oh no, I was on.
Jazza, this is pretty sad.
I was on Nathan Oakley's server.
Oh
We've
my
all been-
goodness. Oh, you went FED? You should go back, see if they're there. Then you go tell QE how you feel.
No, I was banned because I kept calling the atmosphere what it is, the atmosphere.
I think we should go back to dark matter. I missed that a bit of that discussion. Did we get to a conclusion? And are the Globers
Do you
happy
guys notice?
to accept?
You guys don't
that-
know what it is.
Are we all in agreement that the whole cosmological model falls down without dark matter?
Do you guys notice just quickly that right here, right now, you guys are the smartest people on Earth?
Cool story.
Just here.
Get a coffee, Jazza. Let's get back
We're
on
in
track.
public tomorrow. We'll catch us next
How
time.
much have you drank tonight?
Not enough, obviously.
You need to figure out your blood content.
If this is going to be the Jazza show, I had a great conversation with him the other day. Jazza, why don't you tell us what direct evidence is? Because this is great.
Oh, what do you mean? Actual notes or?
Do you know what direct evidence is, as opposed to indirect or secondary evidence? Do you know the differences?
I couldn't give two fucks because the best ones are direct evidence, photos.
That's still secondary.
But do you understand how
no.
photos, when it comes to proving the Earth's a ball, that would be considered?
That's secondary
Jazza,
evidence.
we did this before. When it comes to proving that the Earth is a spinning, curving ball,
We don't need
that's
to go
secondary
through it again
evidence.
because you're-
We do. It's hilarious. You don't know what it is. You don't know what
I know,
first-hand or
because
primary
you're here
evidence
with-
is.
You're here with all your friends. That when you go out in public, no one. And I'm not saying no one agrees with you. I'm just saying you're here with a bunch of your mates.
What's that got to do with anything? You're turning this into the Jazza show, so I thought let's keep it going.
Okay, well, don't mute me then. We've got this on record. We've got photos of the fucking planet, of the Earth, of the flat Earth, the planet flat Earth, the flat Earth.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly.
Right, and can you explain how that's direct evidence that the Earth is a spinning,
Actual
curving
photos.
ball?
We know that the universe exists, right? But we've never seen it from the outside.
Oh no,
right?
shit! If you're a wannabe flat earther, don't say anything about the universe. These guys will fucking throw you.
No,
out
I
the
think
gate.
it's all the shapes simultaneously.
You think it's what?
All the shapes simultaneously.
Oh my god! Don't even say that. They'll throw you out. They'll throw you out.
How can the Earth
Okay.
not be flat if the whole universe is flat?
Because seeming and being are different.
Fuck.
And
Isn't the universe flat? It's on a
It
flat
could-
plane.
it could be. I
That's
don't
what
know.
mainstream tells me. Yeah, mainstream
Yeah,
tells me it's
well,
on a flat
I'm
plane.
skeptical
Oh,
and
so-
idealistic in equal parts, so it's really hard to convince me.
Also, rigor. Another. The mainstream tells you that the universe is flat.
It's on a flat plane. Yeah, the universe is a flat plane.
Yeah.
That's what it tells me.
It's
Tells
on a
you
flat
too.
plane. So,
Tells
so
you
the
that.
mainstream. So the mainstream tells you that. I've heard it. I believe
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's what
Infinitely
NASA's
stacked.
saying. The
Okay,
scientists saying.
so-
The ones in the field.
Okay. I thank you so much, good sir, because you've just given me the definition of what you guys do of cherry picking.
It's not cherry picking. It's just
Oh,
stating.
no, it is. Neil deGrasse Tyson says from 127,000 feet you can't see the curvature of the Earth. You took that out of context. He's meaning
I
you
didn't say
can't
that.
see a globe.
I didn't say that.
No,
I did
you-
not
no,
just
you
make
didn't
that
say
argument.
that.
That is
You
you
didn't
giving me a
say-
straw man.
Brothers
Like
and
first you
brethren,
accused
do
me
say
of
that
a
every
fallacy.
single day.
No,
And then
Jazz, you
you
can't
stop it.
cherry pick. Wait,
And can you stop that audio chaos like little childs, man? What the fuck is your discussion culture, guys, man? Holy fuck, stop that shit, man. It's so annoying. One at a time. Thanks, man. Holy fuck, man.
Yeah, no, I'll stop it. I need to go because I've actually got shit to do.
you're bad boy. Go away now.
But no doubt I'll see you
Talk to you
tomorrow.
later. I'm very interested in this conversation.
Jazz are the chaos merchants.
No worries, Zephyr. You sound like reasonably sane. Hopefully you stay there. We'll talk
Yeah,
again.
I don't know if I'm reasonably sane, but I'm pretty level-headed.
Oh, well,
No
just
pun
the
intended.
fact that you said that means that they might get you and take you to the other side of the dumb fuck.
I'm not scared.
In the nicest possible way you got. In the nicest
But
possible.
thank you. Thank you for your concern.
Totally normal guy signing off.
I do
All right, later,
appreciate
Jazza.
you.
All right, man.
I do appreciate it.
Talk again.
See you in QE server later on today, buddy. Oh
Have a
pal.
Yeah.
day.
Invite me. Invite me to Quantum Erection
I
server.
just did. I sent you a friend's invite too.
Oh, sweet. No, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Totally normal guy signing off. That's hilarious.
Just a normal guy doing God's work.
I don't even know what normal is.
He's a hot mess, huh?
Everybody is.
He has been for about a year, mate.
We're all insane in the membrane. Yeah. I love all you guys, though. Really. I'm trying. How's everybody's day going?
I think I'm eating some chips.
All good?
Yeah.
Zephyr, I've not met you before. Are you a flat earther or in the middle, glober?
I'm not anti flat Earth, but I'm like the jury's still out for me. Like I said, I think it's all the shapes simultaneously because but it doesn't really make that much difference to me. We'll figure it out.
I mean, you must be leaning one way or another, right?
No,
Very hard
not
to stay
really.
impartial as a human.
Yeah, it is hard. It's very hard, but not impossible. I don't know how long I can maintain it, though. We'll see.
Cool.
But most arguments to try and convince me actually repel me. So just be aware of that.
What? No, I'm not gonna try and start to convince you. I'm just interested to know what do you think the best argument for the globe is at this point, and what do you think the best argument for the flat side is at this point?
I think until we figure out how our consciousness works, I think it's kind of a moot point. We're starting in the middle rather than on one end or the other, and I'm like kind of an electric circuit trained with science person, so it's like you start on one end or the other and you work your way until you find the fault. So I guess we gotta figure out where our one end of our consciousness is. So I'm starting with the one that I'm closest to, which is mine.
What about the
And I'm
motion?
just-
Do you think the Earth is in motion? The ground? Do you think the ground is moving?
I think it is probably. It probably is, yeah, because it's either that or everything else is in motion. I mean, it doesn't make sense that would be just one still thing. So, and I know, like, whenever you're in a plane, it feels like you're pretty still for a while. You know, after the initial takeoff, you can see. It seems like you're just sitting still there. A fly wouldn't know that it was flying through the air when it's sitting on the back of your seat or something. So I don't know.
I mean, some would disagree with that, but that aside, what would be more logical to you, that the sky is in motion, how we observe, or the Earth is in motion,
I
which
think
we
both
can't
in
observe?
motion, probably. I think all of it's in motion, because that's really the only thing that's certain, is that things change and it doesn't appear to change from really far away, but if you were able to like zoom in and zoom out, I imagine that it changes quite a bit.
Right, but we see the sky is in motion from our perspective, right? So we have a reference. We can say we can see the stars and we can see the bodies, the luminaries moving.
Yeah, I would
and
say because of retrograde motion in the solar system, that I would say that everything's moving, because I don't think it's actually going backwards. It's just from our point of reference that it seems like that. So it's kind of hard to get those down. I mean, I imagine there's some astrophysicists out there that are much smarter than me, that I'm going to defer to their explanation, because I don't know how to explain it.
Rather than saying much smarter than you, wouldn't it be fairer to say they're much more embedded or well versed in the model?
Specialized. Yeah, specialized.
Yeah, they're more well versed, but that wouldn't make them
True.
smarter than you, right?
Well, about that particular thing is what I meant. But yeah, there's certain things that I'm sure I know more about them, more about those things than they do, but because they're specialized. That's part of the problem with humans right now, is we're all like so, like in our own little bubbles.
What is wrong, Roots? I love your tactic, by the way. You said I'm not trying to push you, but you also asking this loaded question. And Zephyr, I love your responses, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Roots, no, honestly, I like your answers. Roots, what is wrong with being smarter?
There's nothing wrong with being smarter, but it doesn't.
Okay,
somebody isn't smarter if they're more if they're more well versed in a particular theory. Doesn't make them smarter than you.
In that subject, on that theory, they are much smarter than I am.
That's exactly
well in that context.
Subject.
Yes. That's what that was the context with which I was referencing at the moment that I answered that.
No, that's fine. You answered clearly, and that was the clarity I was trying to get out of, because there are plenty of people who I speak to who just assume people who know more about the globe are smarter than them in every way. You know, I have come across a lot of people like that.
Yeah, I have as well. I mean, I mostly get into arguments with religious people because I'm a witch. And I don't really want to get into arguments with them, because I'm on the path of unconditional love.
Wrong place. There's plenty of religious nuts in here.
It's fine. I don't have a problem with any of them, really. It's mostly them that have problems with me, and that's a personal problem for them.
Well, Zephyr, I loved your answer. I loved your answer because compartmentalization, I think, is how we've got to this place where people do think people are smarter because they're more compartmentalized. And I think in a general sense, being compartmentalized shouldn't be a marker for how smart somebody is. I think you've got emotional intelligence. You've got all different types of intelligence that help you like discern things and use logic. And I think there's some very compartmentalized people who have kind of turned their back on logic.
Well, like smart is different than like intelligent, I think.
Yes, probably true.
Because,
but you know what?
Like,
I think it's ridiculous to argue these things in words, because words, like definitions, are not even really well defined.
I can get smarter on some shit, right? Like, you might know about microscopes or old cars. I can get smart on that. I can study it and become acclimated to what you know. I can't make myself more intelligent, though.
Yeah,
That's
intelligence is two different things. I've said that for years.
It's a good distinction.
Yeah. One is a capacity, and one is a actual practice and accumulation.
So I can be more intelligent than you, and you can be on some things for sure all the time. That's going on all the time.
Well, individually, none of us know what it takes to keep the world running all by ourselves. So we're kind of just, I think it's better if we accept that we're like stupid in some ways and smart in other ways, and we all just try to cooperate as best as we
can.
Your
ability to remember things and your ability to reason are completely different. You can memorize a science book, but that don't mean that you're smart enough to be able to reason through a science problem.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's like I know how to how my TV works with my remote and stuff, but building it, probably I'd be really bad at that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How do you measure someone's, their intellect through how they
I think
create,
it's silly.
right?
Yeah, it's all just a bunch
how
of
do you
constructs.
compare it? Somebody that's
can do-
amazing at absorbing the book versus somebody that's amazing at putting something to practice.
You can do your
Yeah,
abilities IQ test, which I do disagree with them in a way, because you can do IQ tests, you can do the proper ones like Mensa or whatever, which is designed specifically, very specific questions, and it's not like they're not going to give you 100 questions that design say, oh, your level of intelligence is what, but again, it really depends. Like, Bruce against it, like something like compartmentalize. Again, that doesn't make sense. Some people, like everyone pretty much saying, some people are good at logic, maths, logical side of the brain. They can solve a problem quite easily. Where someone can remember things, they cannot solve things quickly as a person. Again, that person becomes like mathematicians. That person becomes it's really specialized in physics, where if someone can remember things quite easily, as an example, if you want to follow your education, you go towards things like PhD, you become a medical, those sort of things, because you can remember things. And if you're a doctor, you need to remember things, but you don't necessarily need to say, how do I solve 2 + 2? That uses completely different part of your brain. So being compartmentalized is fine. Yeah, exactly. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how we advance. If everyone was supposed to be good at everything, polymaths, then that would be have too many of them around. That's a different story. So I don't disagree with Roots where he says because of this, then that's I don't see your point, Roots, at all.
I think. What do you think? Polymath is a little bit old shit in a way, because we're. I was going to say something. I was.
Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just saying. I was setting my. I just set it up, and it's like a T-ball or whatever. Anyway, do you think that we are really, because we do so many different operations with computers that all involve different maths? We listen to music all the time, which is a type of math. Like we are in a way absorbed within the realm of what polymaths created, and then we kind of dwell within that, within media and technology. So we are exposed to what polymaths leave for us, and I think we live that polymath life. We're about it.
I think it's the harmony of the spheres. Yeah.
Agree. I had a book one time that tested the questions tested both your memory, like how much you had memorized, and also how well you could reason. And one of the questions that I remember, I don't know why I remember this, but I guess because I liked it, was the question went, if there's a house and all 4 sides face south and a bear walks up to the house, what color is the bear? That was the question. And it tests both your reasonability and how much you know about bears and stuff like that a little bit.
Yeah, it's like that question. If you have a rooster and he's on your roof and he lays an egg, which way is it going to roll?
Well, yeah, but my question has a real answer. Like it's an actual
Mine
question.
does
You got a house, all 4 sides face south, and a bear walks up to the house. What color is the bear? Roosters don't lay eggs, by the way.
Yeah, that's the answer.
And even if you put a hen on it, it's going to roll down. But anyways,
probably
I think a doctor or a surgeon. I say a surgeon. A surgeon is probably encompasses like what I would see as a high level of intelligence, because not only can they absorb all the source material, they're actually putting it to practice. They're studying it and like practicing it. And I'm not talking like any surgeon, like I'm talking like high level, high quality surgeon.
Yeah, it'd probably be like comparable to somebody that does like high art, like oil paintings, and it takes a lot of technical skill and fine motor skills.
I wouldn't say painting, but all right. Yeah.
Painting is
Eh.
pretty. Have you ever tried to do an oil painting?
He's from Boston. He's more into scrimshaw, right? That's Odd Kid, right?
Oh yeah, scrimshaw is friggin' hard.
I'm just fucking around. Right? No.
But yeah, I've done scrimshaw before.
I don't think that. I don't know. With painting, I don't think it's. What do you really have to study for that? I look at that more of like a trade thing.
Lighting, like rendering something that looks three-dimensional, point perspective, color mixing, color theory, all sorts of things. You have to know like how to keep your colors separate and not turn them all brown. There's a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah, I look at painting as more of a trade.
Yeah, well, it's like human body mechanic is what a surgeon is. I mean, yeah, it's sort of more complex because everybody's body's different. It's not like we came off of a assembly line, but there's a lot of things that are helping surgeons too. It's not all just manual labor anymore.
Yeah, I guess maybe if it was like a really nice painting, but the art I've been seeing is just pretty much shit. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's good artists out there. They're just, I don't know, not very popular.
Yeah, art is subjective too, though. You know, it's like what beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Thomas Kincaid, master of light.
Yeah, well, most of his paintings aren't even his anymore, really. He did the originals, but it's all apprentices hand touching the prints with a little bit of paint so they look like they're paintings. But it's pretty cool how the lighting, you can turn the light down and it makes it look dark and light. Like it goes from night to day in the painting because of the reflection of the pigments.
So they say beauty's in the eye of the beholder, which I think is a good way of adding obscurity into the decisions we make. But I think in context of the beholder, we're all human beings, right? So we have a standard in the context that we're human beings. So
It's
from
not
a
a universal
human
standard, though.
But from a human
it's everything.
perspective, I would argue there kind of is a human standard. So if we take that back to the compartmentalization argument, the eye of the beholder would be humans. So, for example, let's take agriculture, for example. The food that we eat now is of much lower quality and nutritional value than it used to be, but it is more beautiful. We have more symmetrical and better looking fruit and vegetables. Now, really smart people have got together and been able to sort of modify food to be aesthetically pleasing, but what they've done is they've used their smarts to do that, but now we've lost something in the process. So from the human perspective, we haven't advanced our nutritional value of fruit and vegetables, which is having a detrimental effect on the population. So I think there's a good example of allowing that obscurity, beauty being the eye of the beholder, blah blah blah, to take us to a place where now this advancement is working against us. So that's my argument against compartmentalization. I actually think it's a plague and a problem, and although there is a place for it, I think we've taken that to the extreme now, and now most of the advancements goes against the beholder, which is us as human beings collectively.
I'm pretty adaptable, so I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, it does suck. But there's not much that I can do about it, except for feed myself.
They say good looks can only take you so far.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the president's wife. Took her pretty fucking far.
Well, did it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in her position.
I mean, but you gotta admit that's pretty far.
Far from where she was, yeah.
Some would argue she didn't get there on looks alone.
No, she's smart in some ways. Yeah, I'm sure she's got some skills. I love people and their diversity. I think everybody knows something that I don't know that I would love to know. So that's how I walk into every conversation that I have with people, is like, this person knows something that I need to know that is going to change my life. And usually it's true. Eventually it's true. Almost every time.
100% of the time. 60%. What's that saying?
Yeah, almost every time.
Do you think the culture can change? Because, you know, we do value those who are compartmentalized. You know, we put the most technical scientists, you know, the ones who are making things and looking at things smaller and smaller, going smaller than the Higgs boson, for example. We really put that at the top of the pedestal. Do you think the culture could change where, you know, these more generalized, more philosophical, technical people can kind of be seen as, you know, the top of the chain? Or do you think we're too far down this road now?
I think we need to not worry so much about hierarchies. Like, I think we just like more need to like focus on like our own lives and our own selves a little bit more. It's kind of hard because we've got the internet.
Also,
I do hear you, but I think it's natural. I think we're going to do that either way.
But Roots, it's a switch up. Or like, hierarchy is not the same thing as compartmentalization. So
no, it's not.
There's, I guess, different ways that can all work, but the compartmentalization of people today, I think, is very high. There's a lot of different places a person can be. That's just like they're not going to interact with somebody far across the board of
unless
whatever
they
the variety is going to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening like that in everything, in all industries.
Yeah.
They're just breaking everything down into trying to create like pigeonhole people into one specific thing.
Would you say it's like almost like that has been engineered somehow?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm alluding to.
Possibly that is. Oh, wow. Okay.
I've seen the evolution of it just in my field alone, and the other
What
fields
field is that?
Construction, pretty much.
Cool. Yeah, I did a hand person work for like 15 plus years, so I can relate to that a little bit. We built some rooms.
I personally think that that's why religion is so prevalent in humans. It's because we are beings of hierarchy. We create social ladders from the time that we're little in kindergarten. You know, you'll always have the cool kids all the way down to the kids everybody picks on. It's like that in everything humans do. And I think that it's so ingrained in us that humans long ago just could not imagine a world that they lived in with something not in charge controlling everything, because it's that would mean just randomness and nobody in charge. And we always want to put somebody in charge of everything. And I think that's why we needed a God for that.
That's maybe fear-based, like because we are somewhat afraid of our own responsibility if we are powerful ourselves.
I think it's natural. You see it in the animal kingdom. There's always an alpha. No matter how strong or weak he is, there's always an alpha. There's always a pecking order in every circle, whether it's humans or animals. So I think it's naturally built in us. It's not something we can avoid. The only thing we can change is the lens in which we view who gets chosen as the alpha. So now what we're supposed to be civilized. So now it's not about brute force and strength, which is great. You know, we now have a civilized society, but we still value the compartmentalized intelligence, and we kind of disvalue the generalized ability to sort of connect the dots between points. And is that because we've been bred and educated to not ask the questions? Because it takes questions, right, in order, and challenging of the status quo in order for that person to become known. So do you think it's the education, the way that we've been bred to shun those as quacks, or as outliers, for the ones who are sort of linking things together, between the disciplines.
Yeah, the ones outside the box, you're saying.
They're in R&D.
Well, that's it. They're considered outside the box. That's what I mean. Like, we identify them as outside the box. You think that could ever become normal, like the right way?
No.
I think the capability to different out is something that we can cultivate, like the ability to code switch in our own consciousness.
Yeah, I think maybe certain environments, right? You can normalize that without a doubt. But as far as like the general population, no. And anybody that's like not normal to them is just.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of acclimation of. I mean, we've gotten used to so much already. Like, I think it's possible. Anything's possible, really.
You need a huge culture shift for something like that.
Yeah, well, I think there's definitely some data collection that's going on a massive scale. So hopefully that just doesn't go into the realm of unforeseen consequences too quickly.
Well, that's almost like a guarantee. Like the people running shit don't have our best interest in mind. And
I think that will end badly for them.
It doesn't seem impossible though, because if you look at the old world, and when I say the old world, you go back before the Dark Ages as much as you can. All of the great scholars and the most accredited people seem to be multidisciplinary. And it seems to me that they were the celebrities of their day. The same guys who were doing cartography were also doing astronomy, were also doing a lot of literature as well. Alchemy, yeah. So it seems that at one point we had it that way.
I think it's all bullshit. Like, so much of the history, like they give Newton credit for XYZ, right? Like, he was an alchemist, he was a physicist, like everything, right? He was like a grand scholar of the church, right? I don't believe that for a second. I think there was a massive team he had, right, of people he was working with day in, day out, and I think he had the peasants or like the labor, the people that did the labors doing his alchemy. He was just like, giving them instruction. I don't think he was doing all the work or coming up with all the ideas. I think they just accredited him with it.
And then Pink
he wrote it on paper.
Thomas Kincaid.
And then Pink Floyd The Wall. Right, Pink Floyd The Wall, the prism with isn't that a reference to him itself?
Was that him? I thought that was that he was a little boy and his dad was a scientist or something, and he was just fascinated. I forget his name. I'm bad with names.
It's almost like, I look at it like a manager, right? Say it's like a corporate environment, all right? And you have the manager has his meetings. And he's got crew, say like 20 people. And they all like get together in like a think tank. They all start spitballing. He's going to take the best ideas from his group and he's going to present them. And that's going to go above him to the next person. It's like, who actually gets credit for the ideas?
I think
the people that come up with them.
Usually not, no. And I think for the people that are the idea generators, it's not as important for them to get credit. I mean, it does suck in a way, but just as long as it comes into material reality, their ideas are formed, that is like usually satisfying enough. I mean,
I want to say something on this. I want to say something real quick. This is where like royalties and intellectual property, you know what I mean? It's like, it's good. It's a double-edged sword. You want people to be motivated to create something, and they're like, oh, I'll be able to contain the trademark for this or whatever, the copyrights and patents. But at the same time, it takes from the community,
Yeah, it does. Well, and there's nothing that's new under the sun. Everything is recycled. We get all of our ideas from the past foundation of people that came before us. So the credit really goes back through there through time.
Like, how can we get people to want to give innovation and work on innovation and invention?
Like,
right?
It's out of universities
Inspire
like
passion.
So the universities like out of the UK, like the guy that made DDR RAM basically gets like nothing, but he gets paid from the university that works for, like, and they think he's the god of memory design.
Right. He's got a normal job, like he's got a paying job, but then someone else might in the business world get these residual rights, in the patent and the exclusivity rights to like the new innovation or product, and that's just the catch-22 of the situation.
Yeah, and then China will get a hold of the blueprints, and we'll like have all of our Temu knockoffs shipped over from there.
There you go.
If Mr. DDR RAM could go back in time, knowing what he knows now, do you think he would have made the same decisions to share it so freely?
But, well, okay. I think that's a good question. Does anybody want to answer before I answer?
I have some input for after, maybe.
Like,
some interesting.
If he didn't like freely give it, then it's a possibility that we would have never had this widespread use of this application of this as a standard,
Mm-hmm.
And then we may not even be able to talk about this. So I guess that's maybe from his rationale, that point of view. If he was able to be an industrialist, well, he would first have to have a business to like maintain all the money to do that, and then spend his life's passion like trying to figure out RAM. Like a product he doesn't have, he'd have to already have a company to do. So not having that, that's tough business. So that's where I got.
That's why I'm part interested in the communist label.
Get him out of here. Get him the fuck out now.
I think labels like that are very divisive.
I need like the Dr. Evil lever, just like the fiery pit below.
Passenger eject seat.
Are you guys gonna hate me if I say that I'm a absurd nihilist
communist?
No. I'm more anarchist, the old school, not propagandized.
I think you're like a spark gap. Like, I don't know, what do they have in the car? The spark generator is just like whooshing around, and able to make charges through happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anarchy. I think anarchy can't exist.
Well, good for you.
I agree. I don't think chaos exists.
If anything, the best you'll get is the transition period after a complete collapse of a government. You'll have like a period of turmoil, but immediately from that short period of what people would call anarchy, it'll turn into a democracy.
No, all anarchy means to me is means self-reliance of the individuals in the system. Like, for as much as you can be self-reliant.
So I'm an absolute reference frame person, Rigor, so I'm going to have to agree with you. From the total objective reference frame, I see exactly what you see. But from individual, once they start shrinking the reference frames and putting in individuals or a little group, you know what I'm saying? Those people, they could keep it a little anarchy. Maybe a little more longer, but...
My little pocket it's been existing now. I've been like not working for anybody else. I've been working just for myself like for 20 years. So I don't take orders. I don't show up on time. I do what I want.
Yeah,
and I live pretty conservatively. We have land that we have to pay property taxes on and do begrudgingly. But, and it's all, no mortgage, no debt.
But you wouldn't consider that anarchy, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Well, there's, I think, different
to a degree, as anarchy as it can get within the realm of the democracy or whatever you want to call it.
it's too big of a word, and it's too niche of a thing that gets applied, because I think that there are like social anarchies that can be done that are really not threatening to anybody, but it's just like do your own thing. And where I think you could say that there's all kinds of business anarchies that go on, because every startup is really trying to break some kind of blockbuster super mega corp that shouldn't probably even be there, but it's kind of good that they are there. So I don't even know where I stand on any of this. I don't really consider that you can have like a total anarchy, because that somewhat would mean that there's no common system for anybody to work on. So then therefore everybody's just individualist, and I don't know. That's not how we do as people.
It would be
Tribalist, sort of.
It would be like it would sort of ripple out, and whatever is most effective will replace what is ineffective eventually.
But like humans aren't really meant to. I don't know. We're not designed for this. Like the structures of government. You know what I mean? So like we're tribalistic, but we're spread out all over the place. So like the communication of all this it's a miracle.
It is.
It even works as bad as it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Some places it doesn't. So I have to be grateful for being where I am right now.
Do you guys think chaos exists?
I think entropy exists, because you can see it whenever I build a sandcastle, it falls apart. I can see it whenever I put all my cords, like wrap them up all nice and put them in a drawer, and then I go back there later and they're all entangled with each other somehow. So yeah,
but is
I
that
think we're
organized? It still follows laws and organization, right? Maybe we don't understand the patterns perfectly, but maybe it's just a gap in our knowledge.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually, because there was one experience that I had where I smoked DMT, and like I'm a very cluttery person, and like everything in my perception just kind of like it tidied itself up to where like all the clutter was gone, and it looked like somebody put a sticker filter over everything and made it into a sticker. So that's probably, yeah. It was quite a shift.
How much do we reward the material makers, the innovators, the ones that are like, oh, like I come up with the new RAM, or I come up with the new, like this guy should be getting some royalties, right?
Yeah, well, look at Nikola Tesla, what they did with him. That'll answer that question.
It's just so interesting.
Well, like innovation, like causes all the companies to have to change their factories, have to change their conveyor belts, have to change their boxes, change their package, like all these things are like, yeah, the innovator like hurts the total economy of like all the other producers, because they change the game.
It's told as some efficient new fangled thing that nobody knows anything about, and by the time they buy it, then they realize, oh, this is not actually easier. This is actually making things way more complicated.
Yeah, that's interesting. We need to be like, so that's what I think is like talking about the needs, and then once they're met, that there could just find efficiencies in the process down the line. It's like, what type of car do we actually need? What type of, you get what I'm saying? If we measured it out, like, hey, this is suitable for me. Someone was talking. I don't know. It's just so interesting. There's so many resources that can be obtained, and we could say, hey, let's apply these resources to the standards that we have. And then, like you said, if someone says, oh no, if we mix them around this way, we can produce this new, like, higher quality or more comfortable thing. But why go forward with the whole process unless they can look at the inevitability of it, right? Like, does it hurt the metrics of other things like total quantity available?
Well, look at the light bulb. Like light bulbs, they like wanted to sell more, so they made them less efficient, to where they burned out. And then we come around, and now we have LEDs that last way longer. They're like, yeah. But like the first light bulb that was ever invented is still on.
Paging
pretty much.
Jeremy. Paging Jeremy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to do something about
planned obsolescence
LED.
conversation.
Oh yeah, I love
LEDs in
that.
cars for headlights. I cannot fucking stand that shit. I just think it's too bright.
Yeah, I don't like my guy wears one all the time whenever he's in the yard, and like it's like motion sensor like so like he shines it right in my face and
Yeah,
it goes
it's
on and off
blinding.
all the time. Yeah, I'm like, ah. Luckily I'm blind anyway, so it doesn't really make that much difference. It's just a little bit uncomfortable.
You're blind or
Yeah,
just like Coke bottle glasses?
Yeah, really bad eyesight. Yeah, I'm very nearsighted. And I don't like I mostly negotiate my spatial area with my backup old circuit of peripheral motion sensing and familiarity with the environment. I don't know how I drive.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I'm guessing 3, but
You're blind.
yeah, probably. Were you holding any fingers
like
up?
some Fibonacci.
No, no, I wasn't.
Yeah, that was going to be my first guess actually, so I should have gone with that.
Oh, the gut feeling right there, man.
Yeah,
it speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I have 3 brains. We all do. Just most people don't listen to all of them. Or they don't know which one is which because they all impersonate each other until you get them in line. I call that partmentalization. I partmentalize my own self inside, internally. And it's not like schizophrenia or anything like that. But there are definitely differentiated voices which come from different areas of operation. I have like my file guy. I've got my backdoor bouncer, which is like also my emergency mode security, like anti-advertising, brainwashing security.
And they all second guess each other, right? Which one do you
No, they all
typically
get
go
along
with?
really well because I'm the boss of them. So I'm the oversoul of them.
You go, boss girl.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a little bit of OCD. It's not the cool kind though. Oh, it is cool. It's just not the cool cleaning kind. Although I don't imagine that would be very cool to be anxiously motivated to keep everything spotless.
It would for your husband.
Oh yeah, maybe, but I think I contribute in my own way to our relationship. You'd have to ask him about that.
The ultimate goal.
I'm not domesticated.
comfort.
I'm not a domestic. I'm not a housewife. Definitely not a housewife. But if he wanted to find one, we could find one. You know, I would be down for that.
So you don't hit the easy button.
Never.
I think
No.
I missed that one. So you would do the whole share the husband?
Yeah, it would be like I would be sharing in it too. So I don't see any problem with that. I'm not a jealous person, and I know what I bring. So to a relationship. A lot of people don't understand that, but it
really doesn't matter until it's like it doesn't matter until you're spooning. That's like the only time it matters. It's like no, turn to the left. That's the only.
I could be the spoon or the little spoon. We like to take turns opening the doors for each other. Sometimes I pay for dinner. Sometimes he pays for dinner. You know.
Yeah.
So there's no Batman, and there's no Robin. It's just a shared role.
Yeah. Well, he has things that he's good at and I have things that I'm good at, and we do the things that we're good at. And sometimes things don't always get done because, like, we both suck at certain things. And that would be nice if there was somebody that would just so happen to be good at those things. I don't think either of us would be opposed to cooperating with someone as long as we could work it out.
I got a curveball.
Yeah.
Do you?
You can ask. You're not going to ask me at all. So. Just spit it out.
I don't want to fucking know this shit.
No, the answer is no.
You don't know that.
Exactly.
You don't know that until you ask. You don't know.
Oh, I already know. I know more than I need to know. Just
Probably,
if you
yeah.
answer the question, I'll know too much. More than I
Yeah.
want to know, I should say. So
Well,
let
then
me just say, it's none of my business, and I'm just gonna shut my mouth.
yeah, well, you could always change your mind later and ask if you want to, because like I am literally an open book, and I am not. I've learned that this is the best way for me to be, because it like totally it expedites the whole process of whether I'm going to be in a space or not to just be myself instead of dragging it out and being fake until I blow my own cover and everybody's disappointed. Yeah. I'm practical like that. So where are you, all of you guys? I know you're in Boston, and I know that Snax is
Pretty good.
backing.
Pretty good.
And
Most people peg it to Boston. Most
you're
peg
in a
it to New
different.
York first.
Well, I heard somebody say it, so I'm observant.
Oh, fucking cheating.
Cheated a little bit. Not really, but you were here.
I'm here in the Cackalack reporting we have a jet-free sky here this morning. Much different than yesterday. I was dropped dozens of jet pictures. Yesterday there was some weird, possibly military thing going on. I could not find anything on it.
Yeah, I'm in Albuquerque, and day before yesterday, early in the morning, coming over the Sandias, there was like 2 huge jet plumes, like that just expanded and like took over the entire sky.
Okay. So my situation is this: is 3-4 weeks ago, before the cold hit, there was the big lingering streaks,
Yeah, they
crisscross,
always do.
tic-tac-toe. So then I brought it up, you know, whatever. And I'm like, whatever. We're talking some contrails, like, yo, it happens up there where it's cold, blah, blah, blah. Then it started getting colder and they went away. And I'm like, why does it go away, Globers, when it's cold? I haven't gotten much response on that yet. But so they've went away. But now, yesterday and for the past couple of days, like a week ago, I saw a straight up rocket going up. I think it could have been out of Texas, seeing all the way down there, the SpaceX thing. And yesterday, they're not passenger jets. They're just doing these like up, down. There's multiple at the same time. Like they weren't just doing a demo. They're all over the city, to the north, to the south, and but this trails aren't lasting, right? So it's just weirder activity without trails now. Is what I got going on. Thank you for listening. And the passenger jets here, they're not making any streaks at all. But these like fighter jet things, they had the 2 stream, and it'd be like it lasts like a degree and a half in the sky, and then it would dissipate. It would just be about that big behind them. I don't know what's going on. So Globers, where are the contrails? Why, when it's colder now? Where are all the things you said are supposed to happen when it's cold? Wouldn't they just be happening lower now, right? Isn't that logical? Like if they happen up higher, because that's where it's cold, and now it's colder everywhere, and there's the gradient, wouldn't they be happening lower? Oh, my bad. Did I didn't realize we won. There's no Glovers in the room. Oh, okay. Get excited.
Pseudo Glober, I guess, because it is encompassed by my very vast array of accepted shapes.
I'm just kidding around with the glove. It's just mainstream or whatever. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
hate on it.
Oh, that's how I deal with. That's how I deal with sarcasm. By the way,
Yeah,
you'll learn.
I got you. Yeah, if you know there's a globe, you know it's a globe. I'm not, whatever.
Yeah. I'm not that attached to it. It could be whatever it wants to be, I guess. I'll roll with it, whatever it is. Unless it doesn't roll, I guess. I'm a metaphorist. I write, so.
Yeah, I think society's been like smacked enough. We had the viral moments, you know, it's been 10 years. I think society's been flat smacked as a whole. You know what I'm saying? No one's living under a rock at this point.
Yeah, I think it was really a nice side effect. It was an unforeseen consequence that people actually got bored and they like were all kind of a captive audience. I was like sort of waiting for something like that to happen, and that's whenever I've been most outspoken since then. I think boredom is the bottleneck of and threshold to enlightenment, personally.
That seems wise. Yeah, I'm all for the preaching, but it's like, you know, just back it up. I'm for like, if you are saying something, you know, if you're confident about something, just make sure it's right.
Yeah, always. And if I'm wrong, I'm always like willing to listen to a better argument. It's not going to easily convince me if I've done a lot of my own research, but I'm always willing to listen to a different perspective.
Are y'all in America?
I am, yeah. Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Okay.
Yep. Outside of the city, actually. I'm in the South Valley, so out in the county. It's a little bit more rural, but I'm about 15 minutes away from downtown, so short drive. Cross the bridge. I live on the side where they don't add fluoride to the city water or to the public utility water. Thankfully. Not that there's not all sorts of other fun chemicals in the water. Nothing I can't get out without a filter, though, or with a filter.
I'll be right back.
And we have like enough land where I got a garden and we have chickens. I have 3 big dogs and a cat. Our neighbors are all cartel, but they're very friendly. Considering I'm probably the only white person on the block. I don't speak that much Spanish either, but they all know I'm a witch, so they kind of leave me alone. They're very superstitious.